Hi everybody and welcome to the DRF Breeding Report. I'm Dan Illman along with Nicole Russo, and in this week's Breeding Report we're going to take a look at some of the main contenders for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile and taking a look at the three winners of the major prep races for the Juvenile. And Nicole, we have to start with dOro, who really threw down the gauntlet in this division with his dominating performance, as we see right here in the Grade 1 frontrunner, a 100 buyer speed figure.
Yeah, and dOro has really answered every question posed of him so far. The front runner was his two-turn test going into the Juvenile. He looked like he really relished it. The colt certainly comes from a classic-type pedigree. Sire Medaglia d'Oro, classic performer, plastic place himself, winner of the Travers, has sired a lot of very good two-turn fillies. Of course, Preakness winner Rachel Alexandra, Songbird, another Kentucky Oaks winner, and Plum Pretty. He can definitely get you a two-turn horse. dOro is out of a winning AP Indy mare, so of course some stamina influence there. He's a half-brother to Sonic Mule, a stakes winner at a mile. Some speed further back in the pedigree. This is actually the family of Grade 1 winning sprinter Sensational. But man, when you look at the first generation of this pedigree, it's definitely a classic type page.
Boy, he ticks all the boxes, doesn't he? All the pedigree information that you gave, all the class in this pedigree. He sold for $630,000 as a yearling. He has already won at the two-turn mile and a 16th. He has already won at Del Mar, where the Breeders' Cup is going to be held. He's fast, he's professional, he's tactical, he's won from pace pressing mode, he's run from far back. I mean, he is just the horse to beat in the Juvenile right now.
Yeah, very much so. I think especially with that home court advantage, having won at Del Mar, where most of these other horses have not raced before, where the Breeders' Cup is being held for the first time. And as I said, every question posed to him, he's really answered. He doesn't have some of the questions that these other horses that we're going to discuss in a moment have, shipping in, going two turns. He's really ticked the boxes.
I wouldn't underestimate Free Drop Billy, though, for trainer Dale Romans. Let's take a look at Free Drop Billy winning the Grade 1 Claiborne Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland. I like the way this horse rallied from off the pace professionally, and with this pedigree, no surprise that he handled the two-turn mile in a 16th.
Yeah, definitely not. Free Drop Billy, you see that big flashy face on him. He's cut very much in the mold of his sire, Union Rags, a Grade 1 winning juvenile who went on to win the Belmont Stakes. Union Rags' foals really following in his footsteps. Sire of, I believe, Free Drop Billy is his fourth Grade 1 winning juvenile. And then, his horses are moving on. They're training on well as three-year-olds. Of course, Patch was third in the Belmont Stakes. He's also the sire of the very good filly Paradise Woods, who will be one of the favorites in the Breeders' Cup Distaff. And Free Drop Billy, a lot of depth on his female family as well, with a very good route runner and Hawkbill there.
Yeah, there is a lot of turf. There's a lot of classic distance. Hawkbill won the Group 1 Coral Eclipse Stakes last year overseas at 1.25 miles. Again, distance will be no issue for Free Drop Billy down the road. Does it concern you that the Breeders' Futurity came back somewhat of a slow race? He only earned a 79 buyer speed figure.
It does concern me a little bit, but, I think the race was run quite weirdly. Of course, there was the very unfortunate incident with losing 10 City in the race. I think it affected, the focus for some of these young horses. A few of the speed figures Saturday at Keeneland came back slow. I think the horse ran as fast as he had to. Certainly dominated the field, and I think there's no reason why he couldn't take a step forward.
The third two-year-old we're going to look at in this week's Breeding Report won the Grade 1 Champagne last time out. Let's take a look at Firenze A Fire, who got a big pace set up in front of him. You see him on the far outside right now. Now he's going to be on his left lead all the way down to the wire. This race was fast early. It resulted in a 90 buyer speed figure. Firenze A Fire, though, he has yet to answer the two-turn question.
Yeah, these one-turn miles on that massive Belmont Oval. Certainly he's gone the mile distance, but I think it is a little bit of a mental game when you get a horse going around 2 turns for the first time. So that is the question for him. It has to be noted that Firenze A Fire, coming out of some of the same races at Saratoga this summer, as Free Drop Billy, so they're certainly flattering each other as they continue to train on. Firenze A Fire by a sprinter-type stallion, I think. First crop for Poseidon's Warrior, a son of Speightstown who won the Grade 1 Vanderbilt at Saratoga during his own racing career. But man, I think this female family is really a classic type page. His second dam, a full sister to Broodmare of the Year, Otzi, who of course produced Preakness winner Shackelford, Grade 1 Alabama winner Lady Joanne, and several other stakes horses. So perhaps some balance there, although, I really do want to see him answer that 2-turn question before I commit, for lack of a better word.
And his trainer, Jason Service, does very, very well with sort of these under-the-radar pedigrees. He is having a breakout season in 2017, and Firenze A Fire, again, received a 90 Beyer speed figure for his off-the-pace win in the Grade 1 Champagne. Of the 3, they're all quality. Bolt dOro, though, right now the horse to beat?
I believe that Bolt dOro is going to be your strong favorite for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. It's well earned. Our national handicapper, Mike Watchmaker, wrote, if I can quote him, "It's okay to get excited about this horse. He's worth it." I'm really looking forward to seeing how he continues to run in the near future and how he'll continue to run next year. That being said, I think Free Drop Billy has a lot of room to train on. I really like what his sire is throwing, and I really like the way those horses are training on as well.
Bolt dOro will look to make it a perfect 4 for 4 in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, the son of Medaglia dOro. You can follow Nicole via social media on Twitter at DRF Russo. And for all the latest breeding news and notes, please follow our daily racing form breeding experts on Twitter at DRF Breeding. We'll see you next week.